So here we go. I'm thinking this is still working again. Well, welcome to the fifth, take five of Cynically Speaking. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we go. Now we got some. Sure, y'all can hear me because justice. So, anywho, yeah, take five. Speaking. You take a couple. Even if you take all five. Some of us aren't sadists. We only want a couple. So talk my hits as it were. So anyway, I'm definitely taking. So yeah, welcome. It's Sunday after listening to a little classical, smoking a little ganj. I believe it's the same. Is it the same? It's the same shit I did before. The Bubba Fett. Anyway, so I list in the description. I've been watching. Well, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I tend to watch Joey Swole. If you ever heard of him, YouTube channel. He's a big. He's a bodybuilder and gym guy that kind of calls out gym influencers. When they're doing wrong or acting cool, which is great. That's just a minute. Um, which is cool, so that he does that because some of these fucking influencers are just out of control, dude. Just fucking out of control. Most I see, I'm not going to go too hard. Most of them that I see are the common thread is they're all like, dude, you ain't even at the gym long enough to be a fucking influencer for one. Like half of them that I see look as out of shape as I am. And they're setting up and filming. And yeah, if you're wanting to do that, your transition, I'm not really into filming gyms to begin with, but if that's what you're wanting to do and that's what it's for, fantastic. But it doesn't seem like that's what it's for. If the people doing the transition stuff, they're not the ones, because they realize they're out of shape and trying to get in good shape, right, to see their progress. Whereas these, I don't know, think of themselves as influencers or not, but they film themselves working out from 10 feet away so they can get a view from each point, and then if God help them, especially some of the females, if some dude happens to look in their general fucking direction, the tripod set up and shit, all of a sudden either he's a gym creep or, God forbid, some dude like, "Oh, hey, do you how many steps you got left?" All of a sudden, dick for that reason. It's like the common thread that I see is that most of these women particularly, not to pick on the ladies, but most of them in particular with all the call out bullshit. It's like, man, you don't even look like what are you in, you know? To never film because you're acting like a you know? I mean, because it sure in the fuck ain't like, "Oh, I heard you make a mistake." There are some true influencers out there who you know, uh, fitness coaches and so on and so forth, but most of the ones trying to, get bullshit likes and comments at other people's expense, walking around, you know, calling out people in the background for doing whatever. I mean, you can look at it and see it's like, man, how long you been working out? Like, it doesn't even look like who the fuck are you to be sitting filming anyway? I mean, back in my day, if you look like that, you didn't want any pictures taken of fucking filming and shit. So anyway, you got these overweight people out of shape, and I'm not calling out people who are overweight and out of shape because that's but I'm not setting up and filming in a fucking gym either, but you got them setting up, filming in the fucking gym, calling people out on their TikTok channel or reel or whatever the fuck, Instagram, wherever they're posting shit, YouTube. And then, of course, Joey Swoll, who has a YouTube channel, he goes around and people send him videos. If he doesn't find them himself, where he calls them out like, tells them basically, "Mind your fucking business. You need to do better." You know, him, they're just acting a fool. They're just acting a fool, and basically the common thread I see is that A, they're all young. They're mostly don't look like they're in great shape, and B, they're half the exercise doing. I see so much form. I saw this one video, this female put up where she was saying she's a Olympic weightlifter, okay, trying to get some clout. I've been I'm not a gym rat anymore. I've lifted since I was 13 years old. I've been a part of Gold's Gyms. I've seen, true lifters before bodybuilders, power maybe not Olympic lifters, but I know good form when I see it from the squat, and this chick's form was like, "There ain't no fucking way you're an Olympic weightlifter with form like that." So, A and then one look at her, it's like, "You ain't lifting." There's all kinds of channels out there where you can see what actual Olympic weightlifters will look like. They're not bodybuilders, they don't look like but they don't look like her, and they sure in the fuck don't go around, "You're an Olympic weightlifter at a public gym, and people can't believe you're squatting that," and then you count the plates and realize they're not even 45, they're 15 ounces, and her form is, like, horrible, putting all the weight all hunched over. Like, that's the common thread. It's young people who don't know dick about being in the gym, know very little. Some of you making fun of other people doing certain exercises because they've never seen it before. I watched some, video the other day where this dude was sitting at a bench. He was rolling the bar down his fingers and up. That's for form. It's to isolate the form and to build up grip strength. Anybody that's been lifting for any length of time would fucking know that. But what happened the only reason I saw this dude is because somebody was filming and trying to make fun of them, like, "If I ever do this, let me come back to the gym." Just showing their ass, showing how stupid they are not realizing that's a real fucking exercise. A lot of fucking wrestlers will use that shit, 'cause they need biceps and their grip strength to or their, forearms and grip strength to be such. Even baseball players swinging that fucking bat, building up them forearms and grip strength for the fucking bat. You know, plenty of reasons to do an exercise like that. To make fun of somebody for doing it, which turns out to make you look like a fricking moron because it's a really you're making fun of them because you act like it's an exercise that doesn't exist. No, it's real. You just have spent a little time in the gym. You're a fucking amateur. You have no business making fun of anybody. Go fucking pick up a book and learn some shit. Pick up a Muscle and Fitness magazine, go to their website, something, but learn something before you start talking shit. What I mean? And that's really the thing. You see these influencers, young, obviously don't know dick about being in the gym, majority of them. That you can tell that by the way they're making fun of people and disregarding complete gym etiquette, setting up, and filming in front of the dumbbell rack. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, it's bad form to even set up your fucking weight bench in front of the dumbbell rack too close to where people can't come back, walk back and forth in front of you because, um, just because you wanna be convenient to get your dumbbells. That's let alone set up a fucking tripod and then getting upset because somebody walked suck my dick, man. Whatever. All you crazy, like, just modern day people with no common sense, fucking etiquette about them, never bothering to learn. The gym community is a wonderful community if you're a part of it. I used to be for a very long time, but it's a wonderful community, used to be anyway. People talk, you can make friends, you can learn about different exercises, people that are more progressive than you, they don't have a problem explaining what they're doing, that kind of thing. At least that's the way it used to be when I went. I've been to a Planet Fitness gym, now granted, not really a gym, quote, but I didn't mind it. I thought Planet Fitness was fine, especially my age. I'm not trying to get crazy anyway. I think it's good machines that I can do bench off, so it was fine. But it was one of the weirdest things. Outside the music they put in, you could hear a fucking pin drop practically. Nobody talks to fucking nobody. Everybody's got their headphones in. There's not a conversation going around except at the front desk with new memberships or leaving or whatever. It's the weirdest shit. That's the community. That is just I don't know what the fuck it is. I mean, I could do to back a bunch of injuries, not because of that, but I just found it very entertaining, for that. But along those lines, I remember one time, my first times there, they have if you've never been to Misfit, rows of fucking cardio equipment. I'm talking like 30 deep, treadmills, ellipticals, fucking all that shit. and I was on a treadmill closest to the wall. I like to be by myself. I don't like to be surrounded by people. So I was on the last one at the end, closest to the wall, and at that point, you're not really in the vision of the TVs. You're just staring straight into the wall in front of you where this gym wasn't a wall, it was a workout room where people do fucking yoga, dips, kind of a a a splattering of different things in addition to the shit they have along that whole big wall. But that's what I was facing. I'm 15 minutes into a walk. I'm just if anybody ever sees me at a gym, A, I don't give a fuck about you, and B, I'm probably fucking stoned. So if I'm looking around, I'm not even looking at anything, man. I'm just looking at shit and trying to keep from falling off the treadmill because that's usually what I do. I like to smoke and go to the gym. if I'm So anyway, I remember one time I'm standing there, I'm minutes in, and these 2 very young, yes, they were attractive, in front of me. I don't know what they were doing. They were doing some exercise, taking turns back and forth, spotting each other or something, or, "You go next. You using one mat." I don't know. Um, but I'm just looking around and, yeah, I noticed them. They were right in there, you know? It was like, people, back to whatever. Um, and I look back around, though, and they're staring at me, giggling and shit like they caught me looking at them or something. I'm like, I almost feel thankfully, didn't, like, cameras shit, I'd have to make a scene, like, "Go fuck yourself," but that's the craziest shit, you know? So what they were doing, I don't know, but that's the first time I've ever experienced that, so maybe they were making fun of me, which is fine. Fat bald white guy, cool. I don't have a problem with that, anymore or at all. So, up the mic, up the mouth, I'm not sure which. So yeah, gym influencers, man. Young, inexperienced, mostly, and you can tell they're inexperienced because of the lack of etiquette, the lack of being in shape. You know, even some of the dudes I've seen, not to pick on the guys as well. I've seen dudes post these videos, like, in the locker room doing all this, and the number of dudes I've seen that they have incredibly fucking skinny is amazing. Just fucking amazing. Uh, you know, trying to flex, trying to, trying to do, all these things that young men want to do in front of the mirror, but you're not supposed to do it in front of a fucking mirror in a gym locker room with other people in there dressing and shit. That poor etiquette, once again, bad etiquette, right? Youth, you can tell bad etiquette. Nobody that's been in the gym for any length of time and knows it films in a fucking gym locker room. That's just bullshit. So you've got there is one, poor etiquette. You've got, the youth display by, doing all this shit, and then 3, they're not even in good shape. They're just fucking, ripped because they're just fucking skinny. Even any muscle on there. So I can appreciate the dude wanting to check his progress. Do it at fucking home if you wanna record it. But that's the kinda shit. Just it's the same shit over male or female. You can just tell by the lack of etiquette that they have little to no experience in the actual gym, but they automatically wanna prop up a fucking video and act like, "Oh, I'm an influencer now. Oh, check me out doing my hip thrust or my fucking whatever." And what is it with these women doing fucking hip thrusts all the time? That is like I remember when women didn't even wanna do squats. Now every woman wants to do hip thrust squats to get the big ass, to look like Kim Kardashian, which is, quite frankly, nobody to fucking emulate outside of the dollars. People just gotta get it. Don't get me on a rant about fucking Kardashian for fuck's sake. Um, anyway, um, yeah, so that's kinda my thing about influencers. They all the videographers that fashion influencers, they need to fucking go, man. That's a waste of space in the gym. And I'm not on an island there with that. So that aside, I'm not in the pain on them, but I have a conspiracy theory about the Chiefs, and this is the last thing about the fucking Chiefs. I'll say it till they get to the draft in a month or so. But seriously, for any of y'all out there who have seen the movie Bronx, all right, with Robert De Niro, and played him since had to go to prison and shit or whatever, drugs, whatnot, just a horrible situation. And then, shit, the other dude's name, eludes me, but anyway, he played the main role, the gangster, Sonny. Uh, the actor did, the character's name was Sonny. Anyway, Sonny the gangster, within that people and his crew, his gangster crew set back in the 50s. This guy wasn't even part of the crew, he was just a hanger on, always around, part of the crew, I guess. But anyway, this big old goofy looking fucker they had in the movie, they called him Mush, and Mush is called Mush because with his fucking life depended on it. He couldn't win a bet if he was betting after the fucking if he was to make a bet on the winner of the World Series 10 minutes after the fucking winner was proclaimed, he would somehow lose, they'd go back and change the result. So, I mean, he was so bad that in the movie, when they were at the track, the horse track, and they all bet on what they thought was a sure thing, had the track that had skinny on it. Mush got word, he put money down on it before the race was even over, and it was looking like the horse was going to win. Sonny tore up his fucking what at the time would have been a winning ticket, tore it up and just threw it, 'cause once Mush he found out Mush was betting on it because he was behind him, that there was no way that horse was gonna win. Sure as shit, the horse fucking loses. Granted, it's a movie, but the movie is based on, real people, that, the actor's name, um, that the actor, grew up with. And so, he's actually the kid. I ain't gonna go into the fucking look at Bronx Tale, great fucking movie. Anyway, Mush is just a bad luck, everything he touches turns to shit. As far as I'm concerned, if you look back through the history of all the hangers on and the people circling in his orbit, in Trump's orbit, look back in the history as if you just wanna stop in politics, you could probably go back a lot further. Any contract that ever worked for him got fucking stiffed, they should've just turned that work down, but anyway, you look at his political career, anybody that's even close to him, whether it's Pence, everybody's had their reputation fucking ruined just by being around this dude. In other words, Trump is fucking mush, right? Everything he touches turns to shit. He was given fuck tons of money a as a silver spoon, golden spoon, really, and what did he do? He lost it fucking all and had to, he's been bankrupt all these times. Anyway, we all know the history on that fucking guy, whether you believe it or not. It's all a matter of fact, documented shit going back to the fucking '70s, but this guy is just a fucking idiot, when it comes to that shit, and the only reason he's still got money to this day is because he's just a criminal. Get these sort of people, Russian oligarchs, and so on, to keep that money flowing in, because that's all he fucking cares about. That said, that's not my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory, and it's less of a conspiracy and more of just a, "Wouldn't this be a bitch?" But my theory is why the Chiefs lost is that Trump, just setting up context here, Trump being fucking foolish and everything he touches turning to shit, people that voice support for him usually somehow down the road end up fucking getting screwed over it. Well, lo and behold, look who fucking, didn't say anything. We know from other things she is a supporter of Trump, and maybe even Patrick is, fuck, I don't know. But his wife, Brittany Mahomes, is the only one that's ever actually put anything out there. All I'm referring to in this particular instance is a fucking tweet on Truth Social, maybe it was X or I don't know, where he said something. I don't even know what the fuck he said. All I know is that there was some, I won't say backlash, but people discussed it for a brief period about how Brittany Mahomes liked it or retweeted some, I think it was on X and she retweeted it and liked it maybe, or maybe she just liked it. Either way, she had a positive interaction with Trump-related post, some bullshit. I mean, I say it's bullshit without even knowing what it was, 'cause if he posted it, it had to be bullshit, 'cause that's all he ever speaks is. So anyway, Brittany expresses her, affection, her positive feelings toward Trump. Trump, he becomes aware of this, and as a result, who's going to the fucking Super Bowl? 'Cause Brittany Mahomes, which must mean that Patrick Mahomes, which must mean that the Chiefs are big supporters. I mean, they are from Kansas, by the way. No, from fucking Missouri, but Missouri as well, even more so. Um, must be big Trump supporters. Trump goes to the Super Bowl. "Yay, Chiefs." Guess who fucking Chiefs? They were actually even the sports books had the Chiefs favored to win, not by a lot, but it was like 2 points. I think the public brought it down to 1. Never did make it quite to a pick 'em as far as I but the Chiefs were favorites the whole fucking time and the whole fucking week, right? I mean, the only thing different about the Eagles this past, season versus, when the Chiefs beat them before was Saquon Barkley. So if Saquon Barkley went out there and just ran it up, man, scoring a couple touchdowns, 35 yards, they do that, the Eagles are winning, everybody fucking knows. That's not what happened. The Chiefs fucking subdued him. He didn't have that great a game at all, you know? I mean, it was okay, he did his job, but I mean, it wasn't like, "Oh, shit." It didn't happen. In fact, there's nothing really that stands out all that much outside of the Chiefs just looking like they belong in the fucking same field with these guys from the get go. From the very beginning, the Chiefs looked over and ill prepared for what the Eagles were bringing, which we know for a fact they weren't unprepared. You know, these guys, all their trips to the Super Bowls, Andy Reid, Mahomes, I mean, Kelsey, they're prepared. I mean, that's not a reality. So they're so how the fuck do you explain going for history on a three-peat, getting mauled like when once again, in addition to the NFC has been traditionally not as good as a conference to, the AFC. That's why the AFC's been kinda dominating, Chiefs being one of the main benefactors of that. So anyway, the point is that even the better team, one would expect, and the bookies who know more about football, little finger than any of us have, right? You're a Caesars or whatever the fuck, you're making the book, you're the one posting the fucking line. You know some shit, okay? You just have to give them and they're almost always accurate. Rarely do they fuck up a line. Rarely do they fuck up a big game line, right? I mean, especially with all the, 2 different weeks, 2 full weeks to go through. And all and there wasn't anything in particular, like, for bulletin board material or anything like that. The biggest negative against the Chiefs from any type of, like, non-football related shit was Brittany Mahomes, for whatever dumbass fuck reason, and I like her. I've never met the woman. She seems like a wonderful, invigorating wife to Mahomes. They make a great couple. I'm happy for them. High school sweethearts, right? But as a Chiefs supporter, and somebody who believes even before this that Trump is Bush and such a piece of shit, to see and I remember when it happened, I remember the comments coming out on social media and liking a Trump post or some bullshit. Everybody like, "Oh, that must mean Brittany Mahomes." We all kind of, thank you for I'm pretty confident you guys are Trump supporters, whatever. Um, you win games, so I'm not gonna dislike. Yeah, that's where that's the price, right? Winning football games. Anyway, I don't I'm reluctant to say anything bad about her because I haven't seen that she's done anything negative out in the community. Everyone's talking about, Mahomes' brother or whatever, who seems to be a chucklehead, but when you realize he's lived in Patrick's shadow his whole life, I mean, you gotta at least have some empathy for the fucking kid trying to find his way. But anyway, Britt and Patrick have both done wonderful things for this fucking city, so I can't reiterate that enough, just how high I think of them. That said, though, god damn it, Brittany, quit fucking, liking anything to do with Trump. All you did was push all that you let the emotion rub off. It didn't take much, never does, but by showing that support for him in the smallest ways, that got him to believe Chiefs, you, Patrick, probably got him to come to the Super Bowl. You don't do anything, he doesn't come to the fucking Super Bowl. Hell, the fucking Chiefs didn't even go or the Eagles didn't go this time. So, because the Eagles were there, you know, he probably was not gonna give it any attention, but no, she had to, like, be, you know, all in on that whole, "Gotta make sure, you know, gotta like that post as we're going for a 3 If there was any bulletin board material that in a negative way that came out prior to that fucking game, that was it. I remember when it happened going, "God damn it, she just jinxed us," 'cause she just brought mush into the equation. Hopefully, this is all it is, he stays away and he doesn't go, and then he fucking did. And so, I kind of forgot about that whole train of thought. Well, you know, we could make to make a stream, but I've been wanting to get to that, and yeah, I mean, I'm fucking real, man. I can't believe she did that. Fuck. So, yes, I guess in an indirect way, I blame Trump. Why not, right? I mean, talk about I don't, but I bl I'm mush effect. Just a mush effect. Really, I don't blame him. Yeah, I blame her. You're the one that brought him into this, just left him where he was. Yeah, nowhere, you know, not around, not part of but anyway, I just think it's funny to think because I do believe some people just are bad fucking luck, man, and you can try as hard as you may, but they walk through life and this may seem weird coming from a dude sitting behind a fucking, on a live stream, you know, titled "Cynically Speaking," but that's more ironic than anything else. I could be a cynical motherfucker, but I do try to walk in a positive way. I think that's why I survived. If I was as negative as some of the people I grew up, particularly in my I mean, I yeah, anyway, so I'm just saying, you know, you gotta try to, you know, put a positive on the world. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, Brittany liking Trump. Trump shows the Super Bowl. Trump puts our fucking Chiefs in the mush. We fucking lose. And that's basically it. Goddamn unfucking real. Anyway, so I'm driving down the road. Speaking of losers, speaking of lost shit, driving down the road, and I noticed out of fucking nowhere, some dude is just all over my ass. I see grill in my back window. I drive a medium-sized SUV, and this is the big I-ho. I think it was a Nissan Armada. Wasn't sure what it was. All because I didn't see the grill. I just boom, big vehicle, and you never see Nissan Armadas usually because they fucking suck. You know why? Nissan as a manufacturer sucks. If you don't believe me, look it up. They're about ready to go bankrupt. Nobody wants their vehicles. Nobody has one of their vehicles. I think the Ultima back in the day, maybe the Maxima, the 300Z had its time. But yeah, it's, you know, current generation, nobody wants that shit. So this guy's on my ass. I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, "What a fucking dick, what an asshole." And then I take a ride. He takes, a ride as well. I'm going s there's a 100 feet away, maybe there's a red light intersection, thoroughfare, and so I'm going straight. This guy's going left. And I'm not in a big hurry. Once he gets on my gas, I mean, I don't hit my brakes, I'm not brake checking him. I like to just gas and see if they're paying attention. I mean, I know that could be bad for me, but "Ow, oh, my neck, oh, shit." Good for me too. So, anyhow, and as soon as I take the right and I even coasted through the stop, you know, I'm not I'm a rule breaker, you know, I don't follow the laws all that much. I mean, you know, some are made to be followed, others are flat out broken. But doing a rolling stop through a stop sign when nothing is coming, that's a bit that's not like just completely ignoring it. I slowed down enough to where I could look both ways. I could see nothing was coming. So, yeah, You're ruining So I take the right. This fucking guy, boom, gets in the big rig, goes right as well, but goes around me. The lights already changed. It's gonna be red by the time he gets there. What's he do? Fuck him. Everybody else telling us what he's thinking is he just goes ahead, takes the left, and runs the red light. And at that point, as he's driving by, I get a good look at the vehicle. It's a big ass fucking and I'm thinking to myself, "Fuck, I know he's an idiot now." I mean, and not only was he a dick, which didn't make him stupid, just a dick, he's on my ass, but fuck now, he's still a dick, he's selfish and running. He's also stupid for running a red light. The biggest the biggest indicator of stupidity is a fucking Nissan. If anybody ever hears this, ever watches this stream, takes offense because they drive a Nissan Armada, go fuck yourself because 'cause you're a fucking idiot. You know how I know? You're driving a Nissan Armada. I don't even particularly dislike Nissan Armadas per se, but I know they're hunks of shit, and I know that the only reason, in addition to being stupid buying a Nissan buying a Nissan Armada, I know what you also are. You're a cheap bastard to do that, because the only reason to buy a Nissan Armada is because you want the biggest, most optioned out issue you can get, well, you don't wanna pay for it. So you buy a Nissan Armada that's got all kinds of discounts and all kinds of, giveaways on it because they because they're shit. So, yeah. Anywho, uh, yeah, so that happened. That happened, and I just had to at least mention disdain for drivers of the Nissan Armada. It's not even really a Nissan Armada itself. I don't hate the vehicle. I don't like it. I wouldn't buy the vehicle. Fuck that vehicle. It's a fucking Nissan. I'm not even looking. It's the people that drive them, you know? Just one, anecdotal piece of evidence, but just the fact that you bought one. That's matter of fact, forget Nissan Armada. Take it one that no, don't forget Nissan Armada. But you know what's another thing? Minivan drivers. If you have ever do own or aspire to own a minivan, I don't wanna fucking know you. I've never met anyone that drives a minivan the guy could get along with in 5 minutes. There's some of us, we've all had those instances a road in your town or the highway, be passed like you're sitting still by a fucking minivan full of fucking kids because fucking, mom is running late, or even a dad sometimes running late somewhere, so they got the whole crew packed up in their minivan, hauling balls, putting everyone else at risk, including themselves. So, anyway, I just find minivan drivers to be some of the most selfish people fucking you know? It's just the most least aware, self-aware, they have self-awareness. It's just them, whatever's in that minivan is all they can care about at any one given time. You know what I mean? They're just they tend to be so task oriented, and so 'cause they bought it for a reason. Keep in mind, they buy their vehicles for a reason. They bought that minivan because they're thinking about, so many activities, I have so many kids and so many kids that ride with us, that are friends with our kids, blah, 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 blah. I need all this room and and I wouldn't wanna get an SUV because, "Oh, that's what my husband wants," and, those are kinda cool. Not always, but they are, and I'm not even sure they make minivans anymore. I think Christ last one, I think they quit making them, so I'm not even sure minivans are being made anymore, but I'm telling you, I don't mind minivans being gone, but because the minivan drivers, just I guess Nissan took over the minivan space evidently. Maybe that's what happened. All the minivan drivers went and bought Nissan Armadas, and Nissan went bankrupt if that was the case. Hmm, interesting. Anyway, alright, so I'm getting a little baked here. I may another stream later on today or something or this evening, but I'm baked right now, so and put my toys away. I'm gonna jump off and, for anyone out there, if anyone is, peace out.